So, Matt, you're here to talk about tips for qualifying union workers to purchase real estate.
Some of the common things that I see with every union worker, and it's not just with the union hall that I'm working with. This is for all union workers across the state. Doesn't matter what type of union you're in. You're all very similar with how your contracts are made. So, for
their compensation.
For union workers, when you're a part of a union, you pay your dues and you're part of the hall and whatnot. They're going to make sure that you're going to get first picked for a job for a contractor that needs the union to help them out to complete probably a lot of road jobs, a lot of commercial construction. I know Quonset has a lot of union workers in it, building the new EBs and all that. So they're going to make sure that you have a job. And a lot of times, guys, they only work for 2 or 3 months and then they get laid off.
Okay.
And then they work for another contractor for 6 months, and then they get laid off. And then they keep working and then getting laid off, which is okay for the mortgage application. I want to let everybody know that's okay, especially when it comes to unions, because one of the first things that a union worker needs is a letter of good standing, and that makes up for having all the job changes, meaning that you are a union worker of good standing, and we're going to give you credit for that. Next thing is you should do your best to save all your pay stubs, and that's hard to do because you have to be really organized to do that. And a lot of these contractors, they give paper stubs out. They don't give like electronic file.
Okay.
So it's the nature of the business. It's just these contractors, they just, because of the employees going in and out all the time, they just do it right through payroll, the old-fashioned way where you get the stub. So save the stubs. But if you don't save the stubs, at least save especially the most important one, which is the last pay stub, because it gives a full landscape and a full picture of the entire time you were an employee at that contractor's job. And it'll give all the breakdown of overtime, double overtime, bonus, sick day pay. It gives a full picture of what you made while you were there. And a lot of union workers, they'll go, and then their next job won't start up for another 3 weeks. So now they have to apply for unemployment.
Okay.
And they get the unemployment money in between jobs. That's also usable for a loan application to help you qualify.
Nice.
But you have to save the paperwork that shows how much you received during that layoff period. So union workers, I can't stress enough, you have to be diligent with saving your paperwork, or you're gonna have a difficult time. Doesn't matter what bank you work with. They all have the opportunity to, and they often do, dip into their annuity and their pension for the down payment, depending on the situation and what state that they work in. If there's not 100% financing loan option for that particular state, they'll look at this as an option to make the bank happy with putting a down payment down. Now you can definitely do that, but it's important for us, before I issue the pre-approval letter, to review whatever penalties or interest you have to pay as a payback into the annuity. Or if you're not paying, it's not a loan, but you just withdraw it, what is the taxable account there?
Right.
Because you're going to have to add that in to your income for your taxes for the following year. If you're a union worker, you're going to be your income is going to be considered what they call variable income. So it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. As soon as it goes, we see some sort of trend of going up and down, and we have to average it.
Okay.
So we have to average it over 24 months. So, and that's the same. You have to average your base pay. We have to average your overtime pay. We have to average your double overtime. Any bonuses are all considered under the umbrella of variable income, and that's over a 24-month average.